she's in, let's just turn that around. Hi, hello beautiful people. How is everybody doing? I'm doing well, and I hope that you're just having a great day wherever you are. So today's video is going to be about about the new Melt Cosmetics palette called She's in Parties, with this gorgeous kind of Baroque styled, is that a right, I don't know if that's the right way to say it, or if that's even the right term for what this kind of style is. It's got like a copper metallic ink on it, which makes it look very pretty. It's like, it has the purple background too. Either way, what I'm trying to just tell you is that the packaging on this is really fabulous, and that was the first thing that I noticed when I saw this. And then also the color story is just beautiful, and you know, you've got quite a lot here to play with. I know it kind of, for me personally, the color story took a minute to grow on me, and then the more I saw it, the more I've just fell in love with it. And I was telling myself that I didn't need this palette, and I really was trying. I had been watching anti-hauls mention it and say the reasons that they weren't buying it, but all I needed was one person to confirm that the color story was as bomb as I thought it was, and that was Smoky Glow. I was watching her anti-haul, and you know, she agreed with me that the color story basically was like really pretty, but the Melt formula just doesn't work for her. But the Melt formula works for me perfectly fine, so I went ahead and picked it up. I needed somebody to see eye to eye with me and just agree that this color story is really beautiful, so I got it. I said I wasn't gonna get it, but I did end up getting it, and you know what, I honestly have no regrets after getting it. The only thing that I noticed was that this one shade here, Strange Love, is kind of not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. It's actually what I have on my eyelids now, and it just wasn't the pigment that I thought I was gonna get with it. The shades I used today actually were these three here. So I used Strange Love, Total Immortal, and then I used Last Caress. I really like the mattes in this palette, but the shimmer shade that I used, I feel like it was almost meant to be more of a topper shade, or you know what, but not even, because it's really pigmented when I looked at it on my finger. Like, I'll just do that now. Like, when you look at it on my finger, it looks like it's gonna be super pigmented, but it just didn't really translate onto my lid the same way, which was kind of odd. So that was weird, but maybe the darker shimmers work a little bit better. We'll see. But the mattes in this are absolutely beautiful. They blend it out just wonderfully. I have a feeling the lighter shimmer shades like these two will just almost feel like toppers. I'm interested to see how the darker shimmer shades work. I will probably do another video on this palette in like a week, just after using it a little bit more, just to see if it's really still worth it, because I know there's a lot of hype around it now because it's only a few weeks. It's not even 2 weeks old, I think. It hasn't been out that long, and it sold out really quickly. So I know there's a lot of hype around this palette. I want to see if that hype is worth it, and I think the only way I can do that is just try it a few more times and see how it works for me. So I will be giving you my opinion on this again in, let's say, a week and a half. I do, once again, think this color story is really beautiful. I love purple palettes. I'm honestly just such a sucker for purple palettes, and I have a couple purple palettes, but I don't have one like this where it's almost like a soft, neutrally plum purple, and so that's why I was very much gravitating towards this. I'm just gonna wrap up this little intro. I will see you guys in 2 seconds. Hi, hello. I'm honestly super excited to try this out, because it was probably only like 2 or 3 weeks ago that I tried my first Melt palette, which was the Amor Eterno Muerte palette, and I fell in love with it. It is such a gorgeous palette. Everything about it was basically perfect. It was like my perfect palette basically for a more like dark smoky eye look, even though it's like blue. I really like the formula on it, so I'm hoping that the formula will be amazing in this guy as well too. I know that sometimes regarding Melt you hear good reviews and bad reviews, so yeah, let's just hope for the best, because I really like this palette. I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush right now, and I'm going in on the shade Total Immortal. This one right here. It's kind of like a mauvey, light mauvey purple. I'm just gonna get placing that down. There's a little bit of fallout, I'm just noticing right away. So I think that maybe I might need to tap the brush a little bit. Just wiped away that fallout a little bit. It's pretty pigmented for like a light purple mauvey color, so that's good. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I don't know, I felt really weird this past month with all of these patriotic celebrations happening, because I'm happy to live in Canada because there's lots of benefits to living here, but there's a lot of change that needs to happen and we're not seeing it as quickly as we would hope, unfortunately. So part of me is also a little bit bummed with how things are going, and I feel like a lot of people can resonate with that feeling, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Also, Canada Day was kind of crazy. Our neighbors did fireworks 2 or 3 doors down, I don't know, really close. They were very close to our house. They did fireworks in their backyard and it was so loud. I actually thought that somebody had broken into the house and was shooting, like had a gun or something. It was so terrifying. It was so freaking loud. I was terrified. I literally jumped off of, I was editing. So I jumped out of my chair and I ran like upstairs because I had no idea what to do. I guess, I don't know. Apparently if somebody breaks into the house, I am going to attack them head on. That's my strategy, apparently. Yeah, it was really loud, and the thing is, like, my dog is an anxious mess, but regarding like loud noises and fireworks, he doesn't get scared. He gets kind of defensive. It's very weird. Like, when he heard those really loud fireworks, he wasn't like upset and scared and like cowering in a corner or shaking. He was literally fine. He just he just stood up like this, like, and then he was okay. It was bizarre. What a weird dog I have. I'm just gonna keep blending this out a little bit. It's not patchy or anything, but I think I'm just not putting it on properly. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Ooh, yeah, that's very pretty. Okay, so now we are gonna go in with the shade Last Caress, and I'm just gonna do it on the outer corner and the inner and like kind of outer corner, and then to here, almost basically the middle of my eye, just to add a little bit of depth. And then I'm gonna think about whether or not I want to go in a little bit darker. The palette is a little bit powdery, so beware of that, but I pretty much expect fallout in the palette, so I ain't that shocked. Now that's really pretty. A little bit of fallout once again, which is why I tend to do my base last. I did hear from quite a lot of people that doing your base first kind of helps you envision what the final look will look like. So I've been trying to do that to see if I feel any different. I saw a very interesting article today because I am a Friends fan, and I understand the show hasn't aged well, and I don't watch it that often for that reason because there's so many cringe moments for me. But if you are looking for a show that's like Friends but not as like cringy, New Girl is a good option for you because it does have kind of the same idea. It's like a bunch of, you know, young adult roommates essentially, except I think in New Girl most of them are in their 30s-ish, and I feel like their relationship with masculinity is a lot better in the show. They're just like overall really positive and everybody gets along. There's not one friendship arc in that show that I don't like, and they don't use people getting in relationships to kind of like almost as like a cop-out for plots. I feel like that's such an easy way out, so I don't really like that in TV. Oh, that was a fun little comparison today. I'm just kind of trying to blow out that mauvey purple a little bit more. So that's the shade Last Caress, and that's what I have kind of on my outer part of my eye. I could go in with Mean Streak a little bit and like really deepen it up, but I like how this looks, so I almost want to leave it here. And now for my shimmer shade, I think that I'm going to use Strange Love. It's almost a duochrome. It looks purple, but it has a bit of a like a champagne goldish, almost green shift. Very interesting. So I'm just gonna use my finger with it and just tap it onto my eyelid. It looks really nice. I don't know how I feel about this one, guys. I don't think this shade here, Strange Love, was as good as I was anticipating it to be. It's not super pigmented. It almost feels more of like an eyeshadow, like a topper. Whereas when I look at it on my finger like this, it looks like it's gonna be super pigmented, but it just kind of didn't translate over. I just had a bit of a stress test there. A lot of problems with my card memory, and so if the lighting seems off, if things seem weird, I'm really sorry. I like how this looks a lot, and I think this is kind of what I expected of this palette, to be like a plum soft glam kind of thing. I probably sound ridiculous. I think I'm actually gonna do eyeliner with this, to be honest. I'm just gonna pop on some eyeliner now and then we'll continue on with the rest of my face, I guess. Okay, so I have eyeliner on. Don't think I'm gonna do eyelashes today, or maybe I am gonna do lashes today. To lash or not to lash? That is the question. You know what? Let's go for it. I'm gonna use my Colored Rain eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my Colored Rain lashes. These are the Glamazon lashes. They are part of their Safari Rain collection. They are still available in case you are interested after seeing how they look on my eyeballs. They're about $15 US. Just a little pricey for eyelashes, but I got the whole Colored Rain bundle, which is why I got these. So yeah, let me just pop these on quickly and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just popped my caterpillars on. So this is the final eye look with the Melt She's in Parties palette. I'm just gonna kind of do the rest of my face and chat about life, I guess, as I do it, but overall I feel like it's very pretty and subtle what I came up with. I already had a BB cream on, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of concealing with my concealer. Just gonna do my little dots as I do. And then where's my beauty blender? Oh, there it is. I hope by now everybody has had a chance to watch Hamilton. I watched it yesterday, the day it came out, and oh my god, it was so good. Lordy Lou. I keep seeing all these articles saying that if you listen to the soundtrack, you don't need to watch the show. As somebody who has watched the show, I can tell you that you should watch the show because all of the music kind of has a deeper meaning when you see all that the expressions on the actors' faces. So yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, I very much recommend that you watch it. But I feel like at this point everybody on the planet will have seen it by now because it's just that good. So cute. Okay, so I've concealed. Now I am just going to do my blush. I know it looks freaky when you first look at it. I should just leave my blush like this. It would be kind of funny, don't you think? Okay, so I just slapped on my cream blush. Now I'm gonna do a bronzer. I feel like just using butter bronzer today. Okay. Just a light bronzing today. And then for a highlighter, I think I'm gonna use my Jouer Ice highlighter. I don't have a lot of highlighters, but I do love the ones that I own. Oh, that's so nice, so icy. Okay, I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry, I'm kind of brain dead today. I have a bit of a headache. I'm thinking that I do want a darker lip. This could be nice. Ooh. I'm gonna use my Colored Rain Safari Rain collection lipstick in the shade Huntress, which is like this very dark purpley, it's like a very deep dark, almost spicy lipstick. Lord knows, it's really cool for sure. So I'm just gonna plop this on, I guess. I'm not really good at putting on bullet lipsticks. I usually go for a liquid lip, so let's see how this goes. Okay, it's happening. Ooh, so that looks pretty nice. The only thing is that it's a matte lip, so I might get some serious butthole lip in a couple minutes. Already happening a little bit. This look kind of feels a little bit gothic, but it's also kind of softer. So I think I'm actually happy with how this looks with the matte lip. So this is the final look. Ooh, I feel very moody. I literally just washed my hair, so I look like I am basically bald. But yeah, this is it. So this has been my first impressions on the Melt Cosmetics Where Is She? She's in Parties palette. Overall, a really gorgeous palette. Such a beautiful color story. I feel like there's a lot that you can do here. Just looking at it, I can already envision at least 3 looks, and that's important for me when I pick up a palette, especially at this price, that I'm able to, you know, get a lot of my worth out of it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I hope that you have been enjoying my content. I am once again still really new at this and I'm figuring things out, so please bear with me, and I'm sorry if things are all over the place. I'm actually super excited because I passed 20 subs, which is cool. I mean, it's a big deal for me because I wasn't even expecting to get 1. Actually, I'm at 23 subs now. That's exciting. I'm so happy to have my 23 friends with me. But yeah, so happy to have you guys here, and once again, just subscribe if you've been enjoying the content. Please continue to stay informed on everything happening around the world. You know, Black lives still matter. There is still a crisis in Yemen. As much as times are scary and it feels like the world is falling apart, please try to stay positive and impact good change in your communities. That's it for me. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day. Bye guys.